Hello everyone, I hope you've all had a lovely week. So today we are building with the brand new Sims 4 Werewolf gameplay kit gameplay kit. And I was looking through some of the trailers and the different pictures that we've been given over the last couple of weeks, and I watched a couple of game changer videos yesterday, and I thought a community lot would be quite fun to do. Quite a lot of the game changers seem to do residential lots, and I am, one of those people that also does residential lots quite a lot, and I haven't really done very many community lots, so I thought that I would do one today. So I thought a gym would be the most appropriate. A gym and like a hangout kind of area, like a little clubhouse sort of thing. So I really like how this one turned out. It's sort of in like an abandoned train yard, warehouse, train station sort of thing. I found a couple of little models on Pinterest that I took inspiration from, and I really like the shape of it. It's really strange. It's unique, I think, and yeah, I really like it. So I'm tried my best to use as many of the new items as I could and keep it for the majority base game and werewolves only, but there are a couple of items, mostly decorative items from other packs, that we just don't have in either this pack or the base game. So there isn't too many, but there is, just the odd little detaily bits. So inside, I haven't used the treadmills. I've used the weights machines, and I thought it would be really fun to do like a boxing gym sort of style. So there's like a big ring in there. I was really hoping that we'd be able to have those sparring patch things that I've seen in the trailer as like a debug or live edit item, but I just couldn't find them anywhere, so I'm assuming that we don't have those. So I've just put like a boxing bag in there and a little seat. It's like a little tire seat. It's really cool, and like some music or something. So I thought if I do eventually find it, I will change it, but for now a boxing bag will do. So I spent quite a long time trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the walls and the roofing. I wanted to use all of the new things that we got, and I really love it. I'd been wanting something like that mossy roof for so long. So many of my builds I could have used that on, and I think I had like a CC one, but didn't obviously want to use it for builds that I'm going to upload to the gallery. So it was just a shame that it's taken so long. But I'm really glad that we finally have it. And the corrugated iron roof is amazing, because the one that I've used, there's two different swatches. One of them, or like two different versions, one of them has got like holes in it, well, not actual holes, but like glass pieces or see-through pieces, so the light comes through, and then the other one's like completely solid. And I've used the ones with like the see-through bits and it makes the most amazing light shining through. It kind of looks like speckled dust in some places and I think it's really cool. I spent ages trying to figure out what swatch I wanted to use for the doors and windows. Originally, I was going to go with the windows that matched the brick that I've used, but from really far away, I couldn't see the windows and I wanted them to stand out, so I decided to use this really pale blue painted one. And it matches really well with the wooden door and the wooden window too, so I thought that was really cool. So yeah, inside I didn't really do too much. I wanted to leave it quite open, but there's like I put the sofa in there and the chair, and I don't include it in the video because I completely forgot, but I also put a coffee table in front of the sofa, so you'll see that in the screenshots. But I just wanted to use like as many different items from the pack as I possibly could. Things like the beds, obviously I didn't use because there isn't really anywhere for that, and there aren't any kitchen items, so I've used base game kitchen items in the little like cafe area upstairs. I've just put like a tiny little kitchen sort of area, but I thought if you wanted to put like the coffee bar or the one from Discover University up there, then that is perfectly fine too. But like I said, wanted to try and keep it base game if I could, just so that if you don't have all of the packs, then you know, you can still download it and there won't be too many things missing. These lights, I absolutely love them, but they are ginormous. I think if you were working with medium or tall wall height, then they would be great, but I wanted to work with the short wall height, and I sized them down twice and they seem to work okay, sized down twice. So hopefully, you know, you won't have any Sims banging their heads if you use like a height slider or something. But my Sim, I play tested the whole thing and my Sim didn't have any trouble, so fingers crossed. So I put the bookshelf and a couple of other bits and pieces like this mirror down here, and then in that kind of awkward space around the back I put a bar. I wasn't entirely sure what to put there at first, but I thought a bar would be, you know, a fun addition. I wanted it to be a little bit like a hangout area too, so even though it is a gym, your Sims can come and just chill out, meet their friends and meet wolves and do whatever. And you know, it's not just solely for working out, you know. So these garage door things, I think they're meant to be for window coverings, but I thought they'd look really cool over the door arches. So I kind of made this look like a loading bay. I know it doesn't really make sense because the inside space is so tiny. And there's, you know, the outside space, there's like a little deck thing there instead of having like a ramp or whatever, but I liked the look of it even if it doesn't really make sense. So upstairs I have the bathroom here, or like the toilet area. It's quite big, and I've used the Discover University toilets and showers because we don't have any option in base game for those sorts of things, and I was going to just use walls and use the toilets that way, but it didn't look right. It kind of just looked really boxy and I preferred the cubicle ones, so I thought I would just use those instead. And you know, if you don't have Discover University, then it's only like those two things that are missing, so hopefully that's okay. These chairs are from the new pack and they come in some really lovely colours, so I've tried to use a couple of different swatches so you can kind of see, and the tables are from the base game. I thought they looked really kind of rustic so I really liked to use those. I eventually move the bookcase and put the little, I don't know what it is, a shelving unit, that's it. It's huge, it's absolutely massive, and I think if you sized it down, those little bits that go on it probably wouldn't fit. So I've kept it as the size it is and it looks really nice in that little corner there. But I was going to put it where the bookcase is currently, like at the top of the stairs, and it just completely blocked the whole top of the stairs. So I think it looks really nice next to the door there. And I absolutely love these floor scratches and things that we have now. I can put those absolutely everywhere. And I really like them. The one thing, actually, just thinking about it now, that I didn't put in that I think would work really well is the little mouse hole from Cats and Dogs. I think that would go really well in there, but I've only just thought of it now, so this doesn't really do any good. So I I took my entire mods folder out when I installed this, so I wasn't working with the tool mod, but I had a couple of bits and pieces saved to my library that I had previously rotated, so I grabbed those. It's just the ladder from Cats and Dogs that I've put on the roof and one of the Journey to Batu cables. I know I said my last video that I wanted to try and work without the tool mod, but I will work up to it. I've only used it on 2 items in this one, which I think is an improvement considering I use it on practically everything all the other time. So I wasn't, like I said, wasn't working with any of my mods, so I didn't have Better Build buy-in, not that it would have worked anyway. and I was having real trouble trying to find everything and because I use that mod all the time to, you know, make sure that I've got all of my live edit and debug objects in the right category. When I go to try and find it when it's not sorted, I have a real hard time. And I was really struggling because I'm just not used to it, I guess, but I got there eventually. I just had to cut a lot of me trying to figure out where things are out. So this little area here that I've just built, this little like platform, I thought it was you know, cool as like a little train platform. There isn't really anything up there. I put a couple of benches and those bollards, and I think I put like a bike and that's pretty much it. I just wanted it to, I don't know, look a little bit more finished maybe, because just with this building on its own it kind of looked a little bit weird. Like the building looked fine, but then it looked like I just kind of chucked the train tracks in front of it and called it a day. And I didn't think it looked quite finished enough, so I thought another little building just opposite the track looked a little bit more, I don't know, it made a little bit more sense to me. I did want to put the big water tower over the other side. That was kind of what I had originally planned to do, but it just didn't fit. I originally built this when I was like planning it all out. I built it on a 64 by 64 lot, so I had a lot more room to work with. So when it came to, you know, I hadn't actually looked at the map of this world before I went to build anything, so I didn't know what size any of the lots were, but I'm really happy that there was this one. This is a 30 by 30 and it's the only free lot, I think, or like the only lot that's not got things built on it when you load the game up. So I thought I would build it here. There is like a little thing in the description of this lot that's like, oh yeah, maybe you should just turn it into a community lot. So I thought, okay, yeah, I will. And you know, I'm really pleased with it. I think it looks really cool, and hopefully you like it too. So quite a lot of these items are very similar or the same, I'm not sure, to some of the eco lifestyle ones. So I've tried to use all of the ones that I could from the Werewolves pack, and then there's a couple of bits that I just couldn't get. Like I said, I needed, like the train track for example, I needed the eco lifestyle pack for that. So hopefully that's okay. The landscaping that I've done is all entirely werewolves. I really like some of the things that we got. The trees are pretty much the same as some of the other packs, the same with like the low-lying bushes, but then if you kind of look at these things that I'm placing now, I don't really know what they are, but they look really cool. And I put them everywhere. They're kind of like little like mounds of grass, and I think they look really lovely. They're just another thing that adds a little bit more detail to the landscaping that we don't have yet. It's like an entirely new object, and when we have new objects I tend to overuse the hell out of them because I just want to, you know, make the most of it, and I get excited by things like this. So yeah, these fence thingies are very similar to the base game ones. I think we got them in the Strangerville pack and a couple of other packs too, but they've got a slightly different texture to them. They're like a little bit more run down, which I think is really cool. I really like them, so I've used those just to kind of section off a couple of areas. I just wanted to use them, really. The same with the tree stumps, I just wanted to use them. This little tree that I'm trying to place down now, I tried for ages to figure out where to put it, and in the end I just don't bother because I couldn't figure out where I wanted it. It didn't really fit anywhere, so I unfortunately couldn't use it, but I really liked it, so hopefully I'll be able to find a use for it somewhere else. I put the bonfire out the front in between all of the different tree stumps, which I think is really cool. I just wanted to add like another activity for everyone to do. I did think about including the new telescope that we got with this pack, but I couldn't really find somewhere that was appropriate for it. I thought maybe if I had like a balcony upstairs then that would work, but the one that's on the front is so small it wouldn't fit, so maybe if I'd put one on the back, but I didn't include it because there just wasn't very many spaces for it. So now we are mainly working with the like little detaily bits. This is where I had used all of the other packs, or like some of what I could from other packs, and I tried, like I said, I tried not to use too many, but there are certain things that they only come in like one pack. Like this box of cereal only comes in Outdoor Retreat, and these dog biscuits and the peppers and things, they only come in, is it Cats and Dogs and Cool Kitchen? I think they don't have like an alternative anywhere else. So I have used those, but like I said, if you don't have the packs then it will just be a couple of detaily bits that won't show up. So you know, I hope that's okay. I put a couple of little plants on the table, and I wanted to use the new moonflower, is that what it's called, a moon petal, I don't know. So I put that on the table in the middle with the rug underneath it. I thought it looked really nice. And on here I put a couple of, I think I put like a juice tray. It kind of doesn't really fit, but I thought it looked really cool. And I thought maybe they would have like a juice bottle or a protein shaker or something next to the weights machine, but I don't really have anything, so I just put the juice there instead. I tried to fit these things in from the industrial kit, but they didn't really work the way that I wanted them to. They're still a little bit big, and you know, I got up at 3 a.m. to build this, so I was a little bit tired. But I'm really pleased with it. So you know, if you would like to download it, it is already on the gallery. I will upload the tray files to Tumblr a little bit later, maybe this evening or tomorrow. So yeah, I really hope you like it, and let me know what you think. I am curious. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.
Yeah, you know what I wish, but I wish it with love. 'Cause there's hate in my heart for the ones up above.